How's it going? Turtle here with another Turtle Cast from the Turtle Club. How are you? You know? Turtles don't ride like that anymore. What do we have to say today? Well, first off is you should try to avoid arguments, especially with the people that you like and love, as if it's a deadly poisonous snake or something, you know? For real though. In some cases, in most cases, you can't win an argument. Now, the genius to that is knowing when you're right about something, but not rubbing it in somebody's face. So that's why that's kind of where I want you to put your mind for a moment. Turtlecast.com. Turtle with a hyphen cast.com. You can also reach me by email, turtlecastusa@gmail.com. Try not to fight and argue and bicker with the people that you love. And that is easier said than done, right? For some people. But you got to once in a while look at things in other people's perspective. In fact, you will benefit greatly by doing such a thing. Now, if somebody is really adamant about some kind of information and you strongly disagree, couldn't you disarm the hostility by saying, maybe I'm wrong? I am quite frequently. And why don't we just discuss the facts, right? Or some version of that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I fucked up. I know, I'm an idiot. I make dumb decisions. But like, what's up? What's the deal, right? That's how you would say it in turtle language, right? I fucked up, or I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. Let me know what the deal is. It's kind of saying the same thing without being so like, you know, PC. But you can't, you know, there's nothing wrong. No one is really going to argue with somebody that admits that they're wrong, right? And then say, what's up with them facts? What's going on? What's the dealio? So, I got to thinking about something. I think it was yesterday. Oh, hi person riding your bicycle with no breakdown lane on a road that has no shoulder. I mean, let's face it, guys and gals, I have bicycles on my car as we speak. I am going to set destination to ride bicycles. I am not, however, neither will my girlfriend, be riding in roads with no shoulder, like lolly freaking dog. This guy kind of had like a pretty cool like setup though. I don't think he was wearing a helmet, but he had like, he did have like what looked like a camping backpack and like a tarp and a tent. So like, kudos to him. I just can't stand these people that are wearing fucking full-on bike gear and with their fucking number and their sponsor and all this shit, right? And they ride in the most dangerous places when, if you dug just a little bit deeper, just a little bit, or paid any attention, or talked to humans, or anything like that, you would see that the area that I speak of is literally littered and interconnected with world famous bike trails, specific roadway that is maintained and safe for bicycles. And granted, you do have to watch out for dog walkers, joggers, walkers, people with families, stuff like that. However, it's a lot safer than putting yourself at risk in front of vehicles. Now, I'm saying this to all bikers and bike haters or whatever. It's just like, why can't we get on the same page on this? What makes sense is when they actually have multiple lanes. Some countries, some parts of this country do that. You got your car lanes, right? Need those. You got, I think, sandwiched in the middle is either the bike lane or the walkway. And then there's another one for walking, I think, like a sidewalk. So you got walkway for walkers and joggers and all that, dog walkers. And you got a bike lane, then you got a car lane. We're already ripping up the atmosphere to pave the freaking world. What's an extra 6 to 10 feet? Some roadways are already basically zoned for it. I mean, it's the future. I'm just saying, I'm with the bike movement, I'm with the car movement, and I'm with the person that's walking that's like, fuck, what am I supposed to do? I'm pushing a stroller here, I'm walking my dog, going for a walk, and you're either gonna get clipped by a car or clipped by a bike, right? So that they deserve a little recognition too, not just the bikers. And people that are riding cars like me, we deserve to be free and clear of obstacles in the road with your occasional tree branch, traffic cone, traffic cop, or animal. There shouldn't be humans walking all up in the middle of the road. Jaywalking isn't even a big deal, is it? You jaywalk on the main street where there's crosswalks everywhere. People are already on high alert to have to stop every 10 feet, right? So it's just like, whatever. Jaywalking is not a good idea, but what is riding your bike with no shoulder? People, what is that? Just curious. Why? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand that you don't value your life like that, but why should you put that in somebody else's hands? And then they have it on their conscience as if they did something wrong. Which maybe in court, somebody that hits a bike would get in trouble based on merit. I don't know. Based on the bike community being like, wah, our friend died on a bike. Let's revolt against cars or something. I don't know. I'm not saying anybody does that. I'm not trying to fool around like that, but it's just like, what the hell though? Like, you can't tell me that there isn't deaths on bicycles, and you can't tell me that they're not, literally, because they're I'm willing to say that at least half of these bike fatalities is because the person on the bike chose to take measures that were risky. And I'm not saying they were asking for it, but it was just like, I mean, bound to happen. It could happen. There's a high risk of or probability of that happening. And they chose to ignore the risk, take the bicycle where they choose, and then, boosh, what do you know? You know, some people lack the education or knowledge or anything like that to be riding their bike like that. That's why I say you live in a land of beautiful bike trails. Why can't you stick to them until you learn how to not be an idiot? You know, and I understand once in a while you do have to cross on roads and things like that, things that have like, you know, narrow shoulders or whatever, and I get that once in a while. But if it's in your regular routine to do this, and it wasn't like an accident, like shame on you, is all I'm saying. Shame on you, because you're not even considering so many of the people that could put you at risk that don't want to and just aren't expecting you to be there. You have to consider that, because people, they just expect cars to be where cars travel. That's all I'm saying. And if that's something you've been doing for many years, and then all of a sudden you're like, I think it's okay to freaking ride a bike here now. You know what I mean? You're gonna confuse everybody, and then you're gonna do it during like hours where there's peak traffic going on both sides of the road. So what is somebody supposed to do when there's somebody on the other side of the road? You're in the middle of the road. You are basically either taking up a whole lane of traffic, or you're in the middle of the road, right? And there's a car coming both ways. What are those cars supposed to do? I'm sure some of you have an answer, but it's like, yeah, but do you think everybody's gonna stop and ride their car 10 miles an hour because this guy decided, well, why? And then it's like it's either they're oblivious or don't care either. They're just like, whatever, like, I'm on a bike, I can do what I want. Like, you're a knucklehead. You're a knucklehead. Now, going back to what I was saying before, if you're 75% right about something, then go stand on your goddamn pedestal and talk about how you're fucking right and do your shit, okay? And be right. Most people can't say they're 55% sure about something. If you are 55% or more sure about something, then go ahead, give it a shot. But if you are at best 55% sure about something, it's foolish to think that you're right and smarter than other people. And here's why. Because, I mean, popular philosophers will even probably say something about it too. Like knowledge is basically when you realize that you know nothing, but not just that, but it's just like there isn't a person that you'll meet that you can't learn from. Again, there ain't a person in this world you will meet where you can't learn something from. And it's so, and it's like when I heard those words, when I read those words, I was like, wow, it's so true, isn't it though? When you think about it, even if it's somebody that hurt you, abused you, family you no longer talk to, somebody that did this to you, that to you, taught you something, taught you something. You know what I mean? Even if they were a model of something you shouldn't do, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I had a father too that I'm not trying to like totally throw him under a bus, but he wasn't totally there for me either. You see what I mean? So all the ways that I thought my dad was like, man, he wasn't there for me. Guess what? When I have children one day, or blessed with that, or, you know, whatever, just at least I know what it is that made me have to grow up quicker, and what I would value in a relationship between a father and a son, and a father and a daughter, and just being there for them in very simple, easy ways too. It's just like, without that present, it really does affect you as you get older. So just really being there for your kids as much as you can, literally, rich or poor, right? Just being present and being a good listener. Being present and being a good listener for any child's life, no matter who you are, is the best thing you could do. It's the best and easiest impact you could ever have on any child, whether they're your kid or not. Listen and be present. Let them be silly. Let them have their fun. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's lines you don't cross, and you know you can find a way to correct matters if necessarily. Hey, you know that's not like how we do things or whatever. You know, there's all kinds of positive reinforcement tricks and tactics and principles and laws that you can follow. I'm not necessarily even talking about that though. I just mean that even a deadbeat dad that makes zero money could just be there for their kid all the time and be home and listen to them. And then, you know, obviously be a dad and take charge as an adult, you know, when it's necessary. But I just think that the magic formula, the magic pill to all this is really being there. And if you're not going to be there for your kids, somebody else is. I'm just letting you know. It could be somebody else that's like a father figure. It could be somebody else in the family, a friend. Or it could just be somebody that's going to get them into another toxic relationship. It's just, that's why I stress you gotta be there. You gotta be there for your kids, so you don't lose touch with them. And because when they're out of touch of reality, they need somebody to go to. And if you could at least be that person, then that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, be a trustworthy, good listener, and be present. Seriously, if you can just do that, you'll have so much more success. And, you know, and then you can extend that to other people too. I had something that I was thinking of yesterday, and it was kind of like the world we're in now mashed up with something I heard Frank Zappa say. It kind of made sense. And I don't know if I can rehash it, but I think it had something to do with, give me a minute, not even, I gotta just remember a couple hooks on this one. Hold on. I think it was like, copy isn't creation, creation isn't content, content isn't information, information isn't wisdom, wisdom isn't knowledge, knowledge isn't power. And then I think it was just like something along the lines of love is the best, or something like that. I don't know, I gotta work on that one. Anyways, thanks again for listening to the Turtlecast. Again, you can go to turtle-cast.com, or you can email me at turtlecastusa@gmail.com. Have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.